Today's Chicago Bears Trade Alert is presented by Manscaped. It is Halloween, and you don't want to be looking like a scarecrow if you get frisky tonight. Get 20% off plus free shipping for all of Manscaped's men's grooming products by using promo code BEARS20 at manscaped.com. That is manscaped.com, promo code BEARS20. Breaking news today is that Roquan Smith has been traded from the Chicago Bears to the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore getting a win-now piece as they try to make a run in the AFC. Ryan Poles continuing to shelve pieces out to build for the future. Here are the trade details. A 2023 second-round pick, a 2023 fifth-round pick. Baltimore threw linebacker A.J. Klein in the deal as kind of a, hey, here's a linebacker to help you guys get through the season type of move for Roquan Smith back to the Baltimore Ravens. Now, Jordan Schultz had this detail. He added, I'm told Bears GM Ryan Poles didn't want to risk Roquan Smith holding out, and Smith's youth was a real factor for Baltimore, who loves the 25-year-old linebacker. I think basically what Schultz is saying is the Bears probably would have tagged Roquan next year, but they were scared he would hold out, and they said, we'll trade you now for a second and a fifth. DaBearsBlog, who's got some connections in the organization, tweeted this out as we go to this next tweet here. One thing to remember, this is a collaboration at Halas Hall. Ryan Poles isn't making this move unless Matt Eberflus is on board. From what I've been told, Flus unequivocally was on board, and that's what you like to see. Poles and Flus need to be working in collaboration and agreeing on these things. Now, Poles has final say on player personnel, but if that's true, that the head coach is okay with this, that he was on board, then you got to respect it because they are on the same page, and that is what you want. That has not always been the case here with the GM and a head coach being on the same page, but it certainly seems to be the case with this new regime led by Ryan Poles and head coach Matt Eberflus. Now, what is your one-word reaction to Roquan getting traded to the Ravens? Are you shocked? Are you surprised? Are you happy, sad, disappointed, frustrated, excited? Let me know. What is your one-word reaction to the Roquan Smith trade to the Baltimore Ravens? All right, you look at Roquan the player. I mean, obviously, look, let's just be real. This hurts your defense right now and probably for the next year or two because you're not going to replace Roquan. 83 tackles. He's been at he's still leading the league in tackles. Didn't know if that was the case, but my producer just said it was. 2.5 sacks, 2 picks. He's a leader, all that stuff. But what's also fair, he's been an inconsistent guy this year. Now, PFF isn't everything, and they've never liked Roquan for whatever reason, so take this with a grain of salt, but he hasn't graded out well for them this year. I think of the 8 games Roquan has played this year for the Bears, in a new system, by the way, where Flus and Alan Williams and Ryan Poles were evaluating him in this 4-3, playing that will linebacker spot. In 8 games, I would say he's had 2 really bad games. Dallas and Green Bay did not play well in those games. 2 to 3 average games. San Francisco week 1, I thought he was a little rusty after skipping camp. He didn't play great against New York. The eye discipline wasn't there. And then he had 3 or 4 really good games. But when you want to reset the market, when you want to be the highest paid at your position, you're due maybe 1 bad game a season. At worst, you got to play very good every game, and on most Sundays, you got to be the best player on the field. He was the best player for the Bears, probably 3 out of 8 games for that defense this year, maybe 4. That's not good enough if you want to make $20 million per year. He was bad against Dallas. He was bad against the Packers. He needed to be better. The Bears tried to pay him in training camp. He said, no, I want more money. I'm betting on myself. He didn't play good enough, so the Bears traded him. 2nd, 5th, you get a throw in an A.J. Klein. You aren't going to get a first for him, not with the way he's been playing. I think the value is pretty good for Chicago. Now, who won the trade? Type CHI for the Bears, type BAL for the Baltimore Ravens. Let me know down in the comment section below who won this Roquan Smith trade. Get your votes in right now when it comes to it because it could end up being a win-win, but I can't blame the Bears here. Shout out to Manscaped for sponsoring today's show. The Performance Package is a really good deal. It's the full package, whereas Roquan kind of is too, but hasn't been this year. You get the Lawnmower 4.0, going to keep your family jewels nice and trim, nice and shaved. Also get the Weed Whacker. It's going to get those nose hairs, those ears hairs trimmed down. You'll be good. You get comfortable boxers, ball toner, ball deodorant. And you get this full thing for $95.99 with promo code BEARS20. And here's what's cool. That's already 20% off with promo code BEARS20. $120, but if you buy all these items separately, I think it's like $150. So, I mean, you're really getting it for like 40% off by using the promo code and buying it in one bundle. Go to the manscaped.com, use promo code Bears20, get the performance package, and hey, stay nice and groomed this holiday season. Halloween is here. Don't be spooky with your girl tonight. Keep it nice and trimmed with Manscaped. All right. In the short term, I mean, let's be honest. This defense just got trucked by Dallas with Roquan. There could be some bad performances the rest of the way. I mean, this front seven's rough. Like, the linebacker, I mean, Nick Morrow's your best linebacker? That ain't good. Matt Adams is hurt. Joe Thomas is a practice squad level player. You get A.J. Klein. We'll see if he works his way into the mix. I'm intrigued to see more Jack Sanborn and Sterling Weatherford to see if the young guys can contribute. But, yeah, I mean, for this year, the linebacker core takes a huge hit. I mean, there's no doubt about it when it comes to the Chicago Bears defensively. But, again, this is a trade for beyond this year. They were not going to pay him top dollar. Roquan in the front office clearly were butting heads for the last 3 or 4 months, so they made the move. They pulled the trigger. You got to respect Ryan Poles. He's very convicted in what he is doing. Now, we should update you guys on the draft compensation, and then I'll give you a good reason to subscribe in a minute. First round pick, 2 second-round picks, third, 2 fourths, 2 fifths, and a 7th right now. You got 9 picks for 2023 to work with. The Bears had, 5 last year that they turned into 10 or 11, wheeling and dealing on day 3 last year. If Ryan Poles can hit on these picks, especially these premium picks, you can fast-track a rebuild pretty effectively, especially if you sign the right players in free agency next year. So it's an exciting time. Oh, and by the way, you've got enough ammunition to make an offseason trade too if you want to add talent offensively. So a lot of bullets in the chamber for Ryan Poles. Now, you should subscribe to the channel because when the Bears make moves, we're going to break it down with a video closing in on 55,000 subs. Help us get there. Plus, I'm going to do a post-NFL trade deadline Bears mock draft, full 7-round mock draft later this week. Subscribe. Turn on your notifications. We're going to have you covered with that 7-round mock and everything else that is surrounding this football team. So don't go anywhere. Lots to still stay tuned with over the rest of the season. Even if the Bears have shown that they are sellers, still exciting times with Justin Fields making progress. So you revisit the trade here. 2 picks, A.J. Klein. Again, that's really just about helping you get through this season. Klein at linebacker, he's a veteran. He's had some good years in the past, but he's kind of just a journeyman. The Giants signed him to their practice squad. Then the Ravens poached him to their active roster, and now they throw him back to Chicago in this trade. But just final thoughts here of just kind of big picture, Roquan. I mean, look, Robert Quinn gets dealt last week. That should have been a signal that this was possible. The way the Bears defense played yesterday and giving up 49 points and Roquan not playing well, this felt at least possible, didn't it? Like, if they won yesterday, you wonder if this move happens, but that was kind of a, wow, that was alarming. And, Roquan's a great player, but we're still giving up 50. Like, he's not going to be the difference in, being a big-time team right now. So if we can get big-time assets for him, which 2nd and a 5th, that's decent. I like the 2nd. I like the throw in a 5th as well. Then this was possible, and that is why this move has been made. And I get it for Baltimore, too. They're trying to go, make moves in the AFC, make a run. They always love their big-time linebackers, and now they got another one in Roquan Smith. So it'll be interesting to see, how all these trades play out over time. But the first one, we know what the Bears got back in the Khalil Mack trade. They got Jaquan Brisker, who's been a damn good player as a rookie. If Poles can connect on these picks, that 2nd round pick especially. How about this? You got a 2nd, a 4th, and a 5th for Quinn and Roquan. If you can hit on the 2nd and hit on 1 of 2 of the 4th and the 5th, get a quality player, I'd say the trades were worth it. Time will tell. We'll see what happens, but he had a good first draft. He's got to do it again. That's what it's going to come down to. So what do you guys think? Roquan to Baltimore, do you like the trade or do you hate it? Type L for like it, type H for hate it. I think overall I understand it. So maybe type U for understand it. Let me know how you guys feel on this one down in the comments.